Question 1. From the perspective of cloud security, Ista Patel notices that some database users are sharing credentials among team members for faster access. Which action should he prioritize to enhance security while maintaining productivity? A. Enforce multi-factor authentication for all database users. B. Restrict access to the database to specific IP addresses only. C. Regularly rotate the compute node operating system passwords. D. Enable automatic scaling for CPU and memory usage. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Implementing multi-factor authentication addresses the core issue of credential sharing by ensuring that access requires multiple verification steps, which strengthens security. Restricting IP addresses improves network control but does not prevent shared credentials. Rotating OS passwords may protect the compute node but not database user accounts. Scaling resources addresses performance, not user access. Security compliance. Multi-factor authentication aligns with best practices for identity management and regulatory compliance. Question 2. While examining the database deployment, Lopez observes that backup performance is degrading due to increased transaction volume. Which approach best balances backup reliability and minimal disruption? A. Schedule incremental backups during off-peak hours. B. Perform a full backup daily at peak usage times. C. Disable automated backups and rely on on-demand backups only. D. Use a manual snapshot approach for every critical table. Answer. Correct answer, D. Explanation. Using targeted snapshots for critical tables allows precise recovery points without overloading the system. Incremental backups during off-peak hours reduce impact, but may still miss critical changes in highly transactional environments. Full backups at peak times risk severe performance degradation. Relying solely on on-demand backups introduces inconsistency and potential data loss. Snapshots complement a hybrid backup strategy, offering both operational efficiency and reliability in high-volume cloud databases. Question 3. Given the circumstances, Ista Zhang needs to migrate her legacy on-premises Oracle database to the Oracle Database Cloud Service. Which method ensures minimal downtime and preserves transactional consistency? A. Use RMAN for incremental backups and restore to the cloud. B. Export data with SQL Developer and import it into the cloud database. C. Perform a lift and shift migration using Oracle Data Pump. D. Manually copy data files from on-premises to cloud storage. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. SQL Developer allows online migration with options to maintain transactional consistency and schedule minimal downtime. RMAN is ideal for backup-based migration but may require more downtime for a full restore. Data Pump efficiently transfers large datasets but may need downtime for final synchronization. Manually copying data files is error-prone and does not ensure transactional integrity. SQL Developer's migration tool is designed for cloud adoption scenarios where consistency and minimal service disruption are critical. Question 4. Which of the following best describes a key distinction between a platform as a service database deployment and an on-premises deployment? A. POS automatically manages OS patching, whereas on-premises requires manual management. B. POS allows full control of network firewalls, unlike on-premises. C. POS eliminates the need for user authentication mechanisms. D. On-premises databases cannot be scaled dynamically. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. The key difference lies in operational responsibility. POS abstracts infrastructure management, including OS patching, backups, and resource scaling. However, user authentication remains essential in both environments. It is not eliminated. POS does not inherently grant full network control, while on-premises offers full administrative authority. On-premises databases can also be scaled but require manual intervention and hardware procurement. Understanding POS versus on-premises responsibilities is central to effective cloud strategy and security planning. Question 5. During the process of deploying a new database, Ista Ahmed must choose between different compute shapes and storage configurations. Which factors should primarily guide his decision? A. Anticipated workload type and performance requirements. B. Number of users in the development team. C. Time of day when the database will be accessed. D. Historical cost of on-premises storage hardware. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. While performance and workload type are critical, understanding access patterns and peak hours allows efficient allocation of resources to prevent under or over-provisioning. Team size is irrelevant for compute choice. The hardware costs from on-premises systems do not dictate cloud provisioning. Time of day insights enable dynamic scaling and cost optimization. Oracle Cloud deployments benefit from predictive resource management, aligning compute and storage to actual usage trends rather than static estimates. Question 6. When analyzing user privileges in a cloud database, Chowdhury notices that some developers have unnecessary administrative privileges. What principle should guide her remediation strategy? A. Apply the principle of least privilege to reduce risk. B. Remove all access except for the database owner. C. Allow temporary elevated access during development cycles. D. Consolidate all privileges to simplify management. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Applying the principle of least privilege ensures users only have access necessary to perform their roles, reducing potential security vulnerabilities. Removing all access except the owner may be overly restrictive and disrupt legitimate operations. Temporary elevated access can introduce uncontrolled risks if not carefully monitored. Consolidating privileges simplifies management but may violate security practices. Least privilege aligns with Oracle Cloud security recommendations and compliance requirements, providing a controlled and auditable access model. Question 7. Based on the information, Mr. Rossi observes high CPU usage on a database deployment during batch processing. Which action best addresses performance concerns without increasing costs unnecessarily? A. Implement Database Resource Manager to prioritize workloads. B. Double the CPU allocation for all deployments. C. Migrate the database to a larger cloud region. D. Schedule batch jobs during peak hours to optimize throughput. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Database Resource Manager allows workload prioritization, optimizing performance for critical tasks without resource overallocation. Simply doubling EPU increases costs unnecessarily. Migrating to a larger region is disruptive and may not resolve workload-specific contention. Scheduling batch jobs during low usage periods, not peak hours, reduces CPU contention and maintains performance. Within cost constraints, efficient workload management and scheduling in Oracle Cloud ensures optimal resource utilization while avoiding over-provisioning and escalating expenses. Question 8. With respect to network configuration, Izotalo must allow secure SSH access to a database compute node. Which is the most secure approach? A. Restrict SSH access to specific IP addresses and require key-based authentication. B. Enable SSH access for all users via username password authentication. C. Use a public endpoint without firewall restrictions. D. Only rely on Oracle Cloud Console for remote access. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Restricting SSH access to trusted IP addresses while requiring key-based authentication ensures strong security and auditability. Allowing password-based SSH access to all users exposes the system to brute force attacks. Public endpoints without firewalls compromise security. Relying solely on the console limits automation and remote operational flexibility. Following Oracle Cloud Security Guide, combining IP restrictions with key-based authentication is the industry standard practice for securing compute nodes in cloud database deployments. Question 9. Considering the evidence, Mr. Simmons wants to implement automation for database patching. Which approach aligns with Oracle Cloud best practices? A. Use built-in patching automation tools to schedule and apply updates. B. Manually download and apply patches via SSH for full control. C. Wait until a major release to perform batch updates. D. Disable automated patching to avoid downtime risks. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Oracle Cloud provides automated patching tools that reduce human error and maintain system security with minimal downtime. Manual patching is labor-intensive and prone to mistakes, risking inconsistencies. Waiting for major releases delays critical security and performance updates, which is contrary to best practices. Disabling automated patching exposes the system to vulnerabilities. Automation ensures compliance, faster deployment, and operational consistency, while Oracle Cloud's scheduling options allow administrators to minimize user disruption during routine updates. Question 10. In a modern context of database monitoring, Rivera observes intermittent high disk I/O latency. Which method provides the most actionable insights for tuning performance? A. Utilize Oracle DBOS Monitor to analyze historical and real-time performance metrics. B. Reboot the compute node to temporarily alleviate latency. Increase disk size without analyzing workload patterns. D. Reduce the number of active users to minimize contention. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Oracle DBOS Monitor collects and visualizes real-time and historical metrics, allowing informed tuning decisions based on workload patterns. Rebooting may temporarily reset I/O queues, but does not address underlying issues or provide insights. Increasing disk size blindly does not guarantee performance improvement without analysis. Reducing active users is often impractical and does not address root causes. Monitoring and interpreting data through Oracle's integrated tools supports strategic tuning, enabling targeted optimization and sustainable database performance. Question 11. In the context of database scaling, Mr. Banerjee notices that during peak workloads, query response times increase dramatically. What is the most effective way to improve performance in the Oracle Cloud environment? A. Scale out by adding more compute nodes to the deployment. B. Apply an immediate OS patch to the compute node. C. Restrict access to the database during peak hours. D. Enable SSH access for additional administrators. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Scaling out by adding compute nodes distributes workload and improves query response times without downtime. Applying OS patches does not directly address query performance. Restricting access reduces utilization but is not a sustainable solution. Enabling SSH for more admins has no impact on workload handling. Oracle Cloud supports dynamic scaling of compute resources to meet performance requirements efficiently, maintaining availability while optimizing throughput for high-demand workloads. Question 12. Given the circumstances, Fernandez is tasked with migrating a high-volume on-premises database with minimal downtime. Which method provides the best balance of consistency and operational efficiency? A. URMAN for incremental backups and restore to the cloud. B. Perform a lift and shift migration using data pump with minimal downtime. C. Copy all data files manually via FTP. D. Rely exclusively on on-demand cloud backups after migration. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. Using URMAN allows for backup-based migration with consistency but may require more downtime during restore. Data pump efficiently transfers large datasets but may necessitate final synchronization downtime. Manual copying via FTP is risky and error-prone, potentially leading to inconsistencies. On-demand backups after migration do not solve the migration challenge itself. The method chosen must ensure transactional integrity while balancing downtime, network reliability, and resource usage during migration planning. Question 13. From a practical standpoint, Mr. Kim wants to secure network access to a compute node hosting a production database. Which approach is most aligned with Oracle Cloud best practices? A. Configure security lists to restrict SSH and database ports to no nits. B. Allow unrestricted public access to simplify connectivity. C. Disable authentication to reduce administrative overhead. D. Schedule compute node restarts during working hours. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Restricting network traffic using security lists ensures that only authorized IP addresses can access critical services, minimizing exposure to attacks. Unrestricted access is a severe security risk. Disabling authentication violates security best practices and compliance requirements. Scheduled restarts do not enhance security. Oracle Cloud recommends a combination of network access controls, port restrictions, and key-based authentication to maintain secure, auditable access while supporting operational flexibility. Question 14. Considering the evidences, O'Connor notices that her database backup retention is consuming excessive storage costs. What strategy should she implement to optimize backup storage without compromising recoverability? A. Use incremental backups combined with periodic full backups. B. Disable automated backups and rely only on on-demand snapshots. C. Reduce backup frequency to once per month. D. Duplicate full backups across multiple regions continuously. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Incremental backups with periodic full backups balance storage efficiency and recoverability. Disabling automated backups entirely increases risk and undermines recovery objectives. Reducing frequency compromises point-in-time recovery capabilities. Duplicating full backups unnecessarily inflates storage costs. A properly managed incremental backup strategy with scheduled full backups ensures data efficient resource use and compliance with recovery point and recovery time objectives in Oracle Cloud environments. Question 15. Through the lens of monitoring, ISTA Ahmed observes inconsistent database performance metrics. Which approach best identifies root causes before making tuning adjustments? A. Use Oracle DBOS Monitor to track real-time and historical performance trends. B. Restart the database every time metrics fluctuate. C. Increase CPU allocation without analyzing workload patterns. D. Disable automatic monitoring to reduce overhead. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Monitoring via Oracle DBOS Monitor allows trend analysis, enabling data-driven decisions. Restarting the database may temporarily relieve symptoms, but does not identify root causes. Blindly increasing CPU allocation is inefficient and may not address underlying issues. Disabling monitoring removes visibility into performance problems. A systematic approach using cloud monitoring tools actionable insights, allowing administrators to apply precise tuning measures and maintain performance and cost efficiency. Question 16. Based on the information, ISSING must implement authentication for a hybrid cloud deployment that integrates multiple Oracle Cloud services. Which method ensures centralized, secure access control? They integrate with Oracle Identity Cloud Service IKES for single sign-on. B. Create separate user accounts for each service manually. C. Disable authentication to simplify integration. D. Use local OS accounts on the compute node exclusively. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Integrating with Oracle Identity Cloud Service provides centralized authentication and single sign-on, ensuring security and user convenience. Manually creating separate accounts is cumbersome, error-prone, and violates least privilege principles. Disabling authentication is insecure. Relying solely on local OS accounts limits access control and cannot span multiple cloud services efficiently. Centra Identity Management aligns with Oracle Cloud best practices, simplifies administration, and enhances compliance with security policies. Question 17. In a modern context of patch management, ISTA Rossi notices that applying patches manually causes frequent downtime. Which solution aligns with cloud best practices while minimizing disruption? A. Use automated patching tools provided by Oracle Cloud and schedule maintenance windows. B. Avoid patching entirely to maintain service availability. C. Apply patches manually during business hours to reduce waiting time. D. Outsource patching to third-party vendors without monitoring. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Oracle Cloud provides automated patching tools to schedule updates during maintenance windows, reducing downtime and ensuring security compliance. Avoiding patches leaves systems vulnerable to security threats. Manual patching during business hours disrupts operations. Outsourcing without monitoring risks misconfiguration and non-compliance. Automation ensures consistent, timely patch deployment while minimizing operational impact, aligning with cloud operational best practices and regulatory requirements. Question 18. When evaluating resource usage, ISCHEN observes the EPU and memory utilization are unevenly distributed across workloads. Which Oracle Cloud feature can enforce fair resource allocation? A. Database Resource Manager to set quotas and prioritize workloads. B. SSH access for all users to manually manage processes. C. Rebooting compute nodes periodically. D. Disabling monitoring to reduce overhead. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Database Resource Manager allows administrators to define resource plans, ensuring workloads get predictable CPU and memory allocation, preventing contention. SSH Access does not enforce resource management. Rebooting compute nodes temporarily resets processes but does not provide controlled allocation. Disabling monitoring removes visibility, preventing informed decision-making. Using resource management features in Oracle Cloud ensures performance predictability, aligns with service-level agreements, and prevents overuse by individual workloads. Question 19. While examining database deployment options, Mr. Johnson must decide between IaaS and PaaS. Which factor is most critical for making an informed choice? A. Level of operational responsibility and management overhead. B. Color scheme of the Cloud Console interface. C. Number of database administrators available. D. Historical cost of on-premises hardware. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. The primary distinction between IaaS and PaaS lies in who manages infrastructure and database operations. PaaS abstracts patching, backups, and scaling, reducing management overhead, whereas IaaS requires full control. Interface aesthetics do not impact deployment decisions. Administrator headcount may influence operations, but not the inherent cloud service model. Historical hardware costs are irrelevant for cloud choice. Understanding operational responsibility ensures appropriate alignment with skills, compliance, and business objectives. Question 20. To what extent does configuring automated backups influence disaster recovery readiness in Oracle Cloud? A. Automated backups ensure consistent recovery points and faster restoration. B. Automated backups reduce CPU performance during normal operations. C. Automated backups eliminate the need for testing recovery procedures. D. Automated backups automatically migrate data across regions. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Automated backups in Oracle Cloud create consistent recovery points and accelerate restore operations. While they consume some resources, they do not significantly reduce CPU performance if scheduled wisely. Regular testing of recovery procedures remains essential, as backups alone cannot guarantee successful restoration. Automated backups do not inherently replicate data across regions. This requires additional configuration. Properly managed backup strategies enhance disaster recovery planning, aligning with recovery time and point objectives while maintaining operational continuity. Question 21. In a modern context of cloud automation, Mr. Dias wants to reduce repetitive administrative tasks for multiple database deployments. Which approach provides the most scalable solution? A. Develop scripts using Oracle Cloud REST-bus for automated provisioning and management. B. Manually log into the Oracle Cloud Console for each deployment. C. Schedule daily compute node restarts to reset configurations. D. Allow developers full access to perform administrative tasks as needed. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Using REST-bus enables programmatic, repeatable, and scalable automation of database deployment tasks, including provisioning, patching, and scaling. Manual console operations are inefficient for multiple deployments. Daily restarts do not automate administrative tasks. Granting developers full access increases security risk and operational inconsistency. Leveraging REST API automation aligns with best practices, reduces human error, and supports DevOps strategies for managing Oracle database cloud environments effectively. Question 22. From a practical standpoint, Kim observes unusual traffic patterns attempting to access her cloud database. Which security measure should she implement immediately? A. Update security lists to allow only trusted IP addresses. B. Disable database user authentication to simplify access. C. Increase CPU resources to handle extra traffic. D. Migrate the database to a different cloud region. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Updating security lists to restrict IP addresses mitigates unauthorized access attempts while maintaining operational continuity. Disabling authentication is insecure and exposes the database to compromise. Increasing CPU resources addresses performance but not security threats. Migrating to another region does not prevent ongoing attacks. Applying network access controls, firewalls, and authentication are critical for protecting cloud database environments, preventing data breaches, and maintaining regulatory compliance. Question 23. Considering the evidence, Mr. Thompson is planning an on-demand backup strategy for a high-transaction database. Which factor is most critical for minimizing performance impact? A. Scheduling backups during off-peak usage periods. B. Performing full backups every hour regardless of workload. C. Disabling incremental backups. D. Duplicating all backups to multiple regions continuously. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Scheduling backups during off-peak hours reduces contention with active transactions and minimizes latency. Performing full backups every hour consumes excessive resources. Disabling incremental backups increases storage use and backup duration, impacting performance. Continuously duplicating backups inflates storage costs without improving recovery speed. An optimized backup strategy balances frequency type, scheduling to maintain database performance while ensuring recoverability in Oracle Cloud. Question 24. Under the assumption that developers need temporary elevated privileges, is Lopez wants to follow best practices in user management. Which approach aligns with least privilege principles? A. Grant temporary roles with automated expiration. B. Provide permanent administrative privileges to all developers. C. Remove authentication requirements for testing purposes. D. Assign full OR-level access to developers. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Granting temporary roles with expiration enforces least privilege, allowing developers to perform necessary tasks without long-term security risk. Providing permanent administrative access violates least privilege principles and increases vulnerability. Removing authentication compromises security and accountability. Assigning full OR-level access is unnecessary for application-level development and may compliance. Proper role-based access control ensures secure, auditable, and controlled access consistent with Oracle Cloud security guidelines. Question 25. During the process of database migration, Mr. Ahmed notices that some schemas contain objects incompatible with cloud deployment. What is the best remediation strategy? A. Use Oracle Data Pump with transformation options to adjust object definitions. B. Copy data files manually without considering object compatibility. C. Ignore incompatible objects and migrate the rest. D. Disable all triggers and constraints permanently. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Data Pump supports transformations to resolve object compatibility issues, enabling smooth migration. Manual copying without consideration risks errors and data corruption. Ignoring incompatible objects may allow partial migration but does not resolve schema issues. Disabling triggers and constraints permanently undermines data integrity. Addressing schema compatibility through supported tools ensures a consistent, reliable migration to Oracle Cloud, preserving business logic, relational integrity, and application functionality. Question 26. In light of recent developments, is Rivera's evaluating performance tuning strategies for a POS database? Which approach most effectively balances resource usage and query performance? A. Use Database Resource Manager to define resource plans and limit runaway queries. B. Increase all EPU and memory allocations regardless of workload. C. Disable monitoring tools to reduce overhead. D. Reboot the database daily to clear memory caches. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Database Resource Manager allows administrators to allocate CPU and EO resources efficiently, ensuring critical workloads maintain performance while preventing resource monopolization. Increasing resources indiscriminately is costly and may not improve efficiency. Disabling monitoring removes visibility into performance issues. Rebooting clears caches temporarily but does not address root causes. Resource planning. Workload prioritization provides sustainable tuning aligned with Oracle Cloud best practices, cost control, and predictable performance outcomes. Question 27. To what extent does configuring automated patching in Oracle Cloud influence compliance and uptime according to best practices? A. Automated patching ensures timely updates, reducing security risks and downtime. B. Automated patching increases EPU usage significantly during normal operations. C. Manual patching is always safer than automated patching. D. Automated patching eliminates the need for monitoring database performance. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Automated patching maintains compliance by consistently applying security and software updates while scheduling minimal downtime. EPU edge impact is manageable when patches are scheduled appropriately. Manual patching is more error-prone and may introduce inconsistencies. Automated patching does not replace monitoring. Performance analysis remains essential. Following Oracle Cloud Patch Automation guidelines reduces operational overhead, enhances security, and maintains system availability, while monitoring ensures early detection of performance issues post-patching. Question 20. Given the circumstances, Mr. Johnson wants to optimize storage for backups without sacrificing recoverability. Which method aligns with best practices? A. Implement incremental backups combined with periodic full backups. B. Rely exclusively on full backups stored in a single region. C. Disable all backups to save costs. D. Copy backups manually to multiple locations daily. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Incremental backups with periodic full backups reduce storage and maintain recovery points. Storing only full backups in one region simplifies recovery but may increase storage needs. Disabling backups risks catastrophic data loss. Manual copying is error-prone and operationally inefficient. A well-designed backup strategy ensures efficient resource utilization, maintains recovery objectives, and aligns Oracle Cloud recommendations for disaster recovery readiness and regulatory compliance. Question 29. While analyzing network traffic, Ms. Chowdhury identifies unauthorized attempts to access the database. Which immediate action should she take? A. Update security lists to block suspicious IP addresses. B. Increase memory allocation to handle more connections. C. Remove all database users to prevent access. D. Schedule maintenance window to restart the database. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Updating security lists effectively blocks unauthorized access while maintaining authorized connections. Increasing memory does not prevent attacks. Removing all users is disruptive and impractical for operational continuity. Scheduling maintenance may temporarily disrupt traffic but does not prevent further attempts. Network access controls, monitoring, and proper authentication enforcement are critical for mitigating security threats while maintaining operational availability in Oracle Cloud environments. Question 30. Through careful analysis of monitoring metrics, Mr. Patel observes inconsistent disk I/O latency. Which approach provides the most actionable insight for tuning performance? A. Use Oracle DBOS Monitor to correlate workload and performance trends. B. Reboot the compute node daily to clear temporary I/O bottlenecks. C. Increase disk size arbitrarily without analyzing workload. D. Disable monitoring to reduce system overhead. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Oracle DBOS Monitor provides historical and real-time data, enabling identification of I/O bottlenecks and correlations with workloads. Daily reboots only provide temporary relief without addressing root causes. Increasing disk size without analysis is inefficient and may not improve performance. Disabling monitoring removes critical visibility needed for informed tuning. Data-driven performance using monitoring tools supports proactive optimization, resource efficiency, and sustained high performance in Oracle Database Cloud deployments.